Hello, grade 12 students, and welcome back to our lessons. And today we're going to talk about theme 2, which is about starting university. On this theme, we are going to focus on continuing education, whether at universities or colleges. Even if students are not sure if they want to continue their education, they can be encouraged to start thinking seriously about what they want to do. So now let's have a look at this student who is like you in grade 12. And as you can see, who is this boy? Even we are talking about a female student. And what is his or her situation? Let's say, for example, he is in grade 12 and he is about to leave the school. So he or she is thinking about going to university next year. But these students have lots of questions. So we can describe like these types of students who are unsure, confused, or they are full of questions. So I want to ask you these questions. Do you have like these thoughts? For example, let's say, for example, are you thinking about further study or the university that you are looking forward to joining, the course, subject, or studying abroad, which means studying outside the country, or about the future career? So there are different questions that come to the student's mind. Some students think of further education, whether in Oman or outside Oman, getting a job locally or away from their home, training for a career, for example, joining the army, starting their own business, or maybe they have other plans or ambitions. So, moving to activity number 2, you have a very short text and very important words. They are written in bold. You can go through them and read the text, try to find the most important meaning of these words. I have collected from different resources the meaning of these words, as you can see here. You can stop the video to check the meaning of these words in Arabic or English. Now, let's move to talk about Unit 1, Goodbye School. And when we see this title, Goodbye School, so here we are leaving the school. So, what can you think about when you see this title? For example, in your case, this is your last year of school, and it's time when you have to make important choices about your future. So, every student has his or her own ambitions, chances, opportunities, options to think about in the future. Okay, so as we move toward the questions, we have three questions. How do you feel about leaving school? Excited, sad, for example, and why? Give me your reasons. Look at B. What are you planning to do after you leave? And C. Do you know anyone at university or college? What are they studying? Every student might have different answers to these three questions. So now let's move to the top tip. Reading for guests. When you skim a new text, don't try to understand every word. Checking every word will slow you down. It's more important to understand the gist. And what do we mean by gist? Gist mean the main idea of the text. Okay, so the focus of this unit is about speed reading or reading quickly. So the aim of this unit is to improve students' reading speed. So my question to you, do you find it difficult to read in English? There are ways in which students can improve their reading speed and become more confident and fluent readers. A faster reading speed will help them not only with reading in English, but with other subjects too. As students read more and more in English, they will come across different vocabulary which is unfamiliar to you. So you have to know how to deal with these types of vocabulary. So you are not expected to understand every word when skimming a new text. Looking up every word in a dictionary will slow you down. So this is the idea about reading for a guest, which is to look for the main idea of the text. So let's move to activity number 2. Skim the text below. Which of the four titles below would be the best? Give your reasons. So here we have four titles and we have the text. Here we have to go quickly through the text. It means we have to skim the text. What should we do? We should look at the pictures, read the topic sentences, and even the headings or subheadings. So try to think about the best title for this one. The most appropriate title is D because it covers all the areas that are discussed. So now let's move to activity number 3. This activity will give you further practice to develop your vocabulary. As you can see here, you can stop the video to answer this question. You need to read the text again in activity number 2 in details and try to find out the similar meanings to the words or phrases below. So we have here different phrases and we have the word line number. So you can try to get the word from the line number which is written here. Stop the video now and answer the question before I answer it for you. Excellent, guys. So here are the answers to the questions. So here we have different words for unit 1, which is goodbye school. You can go through them, stop the video and study them. I want you guys to move to your workbook on page 16 and you are going to hear a short talk about different types of readings. Okay, try to fill in the information in the table. Stop the video now to take your time to make sure you understand the task. Try to understand how can you answer this task. We have 3 columns. The first one is about reading speed per minute, and we have here below 100 words per minute, between 100 and 250 words per minute, between 250 and 400 words per minute, and above 400 words. So what's the type of reading? For example, if you are reading a text, the type of reading, it's called close reading. So what examples? Try to listen and answer the question. And you can do the rest with the type of readings with 100 to 50 words. What type of reading? And we have here the example like studying textbooks and learning. And the same you can do with the rest. If you need more time, stop the video to study the task. Now we will listen.
We read for various purposes: pleasure, study, gist, and to find particular information. Different reading speeds are helpful for each purpose. Here is some information about reading speeds. These numbers are only a rough guide, but they will give you an idea of the different types of reading. Our reading speed varies according to the reason why we are reading something. For example, below 100 words per minute is the usual speed for close reading, when we need to read slowly and consider every detail. This speed is good if you need to analyze something and study it closely, reading a contract, for example. Between 100 and 250 words per minute is the usual speed at which we read for academic purposes, such as when we are studying textbooks and learning. But for casual or informal reading, for example, when we read newspapers and magazines, we read at a faster speed, 250 to 400 words per minute. We use a speed of above 400 words per minute when we need to skim something or read it very quickly. This speed is useful for getting the gist of an article before deciding to read it in more detail.
Good. So now stop the video to complete the task. As you can see, here are the answers to this question. Check your answers before we move to other activities. How to calculate your reading speed? Reading speed is usually calculated as words per minute, which is WPM, which means words per minute. It can be calculated by using the following formula: the total number of the words in the text divided by the time taking to read the text. So we have here the total number of words of the text, and which is 366, and we have the reading time, which is 4 minutes 36 seconds. Okay, so this is the total number 366, and we have the reading time. Then we have to divide the total number of words by 4 minutes 36, which is the seconds, and we get this score, which is 83.9 words per minute. So all this depends on what? On answering these types of questions. So you have these questions on page 60. After you finish reading the text, go to the questions and answer them. Stop the video now before I answer the questions for you. So here are the answers to these questions. You can check them whenever you need this. So you can check them at any time. Good. So now let's move to Theme 2, Unit 2. And the title here is Coping with Change. And the focus of this unit is going to be grammar. Let's have a quick look at this activity. Discuss these questions in groups, okay? Or you can answer them yourselves. Look at the question A. What will life at university be like? So all these questions are asked by many grade 12 students. And you know the answers might differ from one student to another. So you can write your answers in the comment below. Now let's move to this page. And here we have 4 speakers. Speaker A, Sarah, B, Ali, C, Mazoon, and D, Zahir. Here you are going to listen to 4 new students talking about their first weeks at university. So try to predict the type of information. As you listen, fill in the information in the chart below. Write brief notes, not complete sentences. So we have 3 main questions for all speakers. What he or she thinks about university life, what he or she had expected, what he or she hadn't expected. Okay, so now you can stop the video to study the task before we listen to the recording. Now let's listen to the recording, please. And in this recording, you are going to answer the questions.
A. I think life at university is amazing. I'm really enjoying it. Before I came here, I wanted to find out what the university was like. So, I came to visit it with my sister. She's older than me, and my cousin. I'd expected there to be a huge number of students, but I hadn't expected teachers from so many different nationalities.
B. Well, I have to admit I'm finding university life a bit difficult. I haven't got used to it yet. I tried to find out as much as I could by reading the university website. But my main problem is finding my way around. I get lost all the time. I'd expected the campus to be large, but I hadn't expected such a long way between the buildings.
C. University life, it's cool, it's challenging, but I like it. Before I came here, I had never read English books outside class or borrowed them from the school library. Now I'm using the library all the time. As for free time, I had expected there would be lots of things to do outside class, but I hadn't expected so many different clubs and societies.
D. I have only one word to say about university life. Awesome! I'd found out before I came here about the amazing sports facilities. I believe 100% in keeping fit. So as soon as I can get away from class, I'm in the gym. Either that or playing volleyball. I'd expected there to be a great gym and swimming pool. But I hadn't expected such a brilliant volleyball club. Keep the ball flying.
Good, guys, so you can stop the video now and check your answers before I answer the question for you. So here are the answers. Stop the video to check your answers. Well, now let's move to activity number 2. Read the 4 statements below, and we have here from 1 to 4. Underline the past perfect, and we have studied about this rule, and as you can see here, you can click on the link to see the past perfect. Then listen to the recording again and circle the correct answer. So you can go back to listen again to the recording and try to answer the questions again. So you can stop the video now. So here are the answers to the questions. As you can see, you can check them. Again, here we have different activities with the past perfect. So here in activity number 3, you are going to read the text below. Circle the most suitable form of each verb. So here we have different tenses and different options. Read and circle the best answer for each question. Stop the video now to answer this type of question. Here are the answers to the questions. You can check them. Again, here we are dealing with past perfect. So put each verb in brackets. So we have here different verbs in the text below into the past perfect. And we know what is the structure of past perfect. It must have had plus the past participle of the verb. So stop the video now to answer the questions before I answer it for you. So now you can check your answers. Here are the answers to the questions. And I have collected so different words from Unit 2, and you can go through them quickly and learn the new words that can help you develop your vocabulary. So this is regarding our lesson today. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon, inshallah. All the best.